Hey, welcome in to one more episode of the Sexiest Men Alive podcast. I'm your host, Nate Wallace, in St. George, Utah, and
Hi,
joining
Nate.
us, hey, buddy, we got Dub, Wyatt
Hey,
Smith,
guys. That's Wyatt. I'm
up in
here.
Idaho Falls, Idaho. Wyatt,
Look at
my
me being
friend,
here.
I know, look at you, buddy, you're doing good.
Yeah.
Check out your sweet Amish beard you
Technical
got going.
difficulties. It's an Ebenezer Scrooge beard, actually,
Ooh,
in honor of the Festivus season
that's right.
and Christmas.
Don't Scrooge all over yourself during this podcast, all
Mm-mm.
right, buddy?
Only, only if she's ebbing on my knees there. That is a good joke. That is fun wordplay.
We're gonna
Ebbing on my knees till I Scrooged.
It's so good, so good. Well, Wyatt, it looks like you've made the playoffs in your fantasy football league.
I have. I'm in second place. I don't have to even play this week. Thank goodness, because Lamar Jackson is banged up. So
he is.
And then I don't trust Carson Wentz at New England. New England just plays everyone tough, especially the Colts.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
But I don't want to cut him and pick up Taysom Hill, even though I kind of do want to pick up Taysom Hill. But yeah, thank goodness I don't have to play till next week. Hopefully, the Ravens and Lamar Jackson will figure this shit out.
Yeah, I would just look at matchups there in 2 weeks. Yeah, I've got two of the three leagues I'm in. I made the playoffs, but I'm kind of limping in like a lot of other teams. I didn't get a bye in either league. I just barely made it in both leagues.
Middle of the pack, huh?
8-6 in both of those leagues. So not bad, But anyways,
not good.
Not good.
Yeah, I think I won 10. I don't know. We'll say 10. 10 sounds good.
That's really good.
This really crazy 18-week season.
Yeah, man. So obviously, one of the things that we want to start the show about is the pickups and some of the players that are available right now. And some of these are going to be guys that you'd want to stash. And maybe,
like Nyheim Hines, just stash away for.
Yeah, just to, hopefully there's a matchup there for you. But let me just go through some of the quarterbacks that are available right now. So Tua is available and is only rostered in 38% of leagues. So Tua actually has some favorable matchups, and he actually has played really well the last few games. If you had to do Trevor Lawrence, he's available in like 80% of leagues.
Yeah, Jacksonville's slumping. I don't like James Robinson these days, so I wrote down Carlos Hyde, their backup running back.
I'd pass on him, but yeah,
he's going to get touches. I think Robinson did something to piss those coaches off. Not that Urban Meyer needs an excuse to be a jackass, but
I don't understand.
That's a dysfunctional team
for real.
I'd stay away from Lawrence.
Yeah, well,
but, he's prototype. He's got to be throwing the ball.
Yeah, they have got to fix something because they've got a bit of talent on that offensive side of the football. With Robinson and Chenault and Lawrence and Marvin Jones and whatnot. They got some players, but my gosh, Jimmy G is only rostered in 13.8% of leagues. And this dude, Jimmy G, I think what did he do? He threw for
he and Kittle's
296 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kittle's been awesome.
I think Deebo Samuel's been the gem of this year. Or if you got him late in the draft.
Nobody got. He wasn't even drafted in a couple leagues
I
was in.
He's been playing amazing.
Sense. Yeah, no, he's been awesome. And then Justin Fields, 3 of his last 4 games, he's had over 18 points, which that's just standard leagues, no bonus points or anything like that. So 20-25 in most, bonus point leagues. But they have the Vikings, they have Seattle, and they have the Giants left over. So some pretty favorable matchups there. And then still,
I like Rudolph on the Giants. He always plays well against the Cowboys. Good tight end.
Yeah,
plus his Christmas.
He's not done.
Rudolph,
he's not done anything all yet.
The end zone reindeer. No, seriously, he had 6 points last week, and the Cowboys have a great pass rush and good corners, but I think Leighton Vander Esch is getting a little tired, and I don't know. The Cowboys aren't re-signing him. He might have a good game.
I wanted to talk about the Cowboys game, but I'll get there. I wanted to talk about some pickups here, and then I'll jump into those games. But
Rudolph, I think, is a good one.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what you think about Cole Beasley. I know we've been talking about how Buffalo can't run the ball anymore.
Yeah.
I think he's available in I saw 40-something% of leagues.
Yeah, no.
Or 66% rostered.
Yeah, the problem with
he's
receivers,
Buffalo's run game.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's true.
They're just dinking and dunking to him.
No, that is true. It's in fact, Josh Allen is their leading rusher. I mean, seems like week in, week out. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, you don't want Singletary or Moss, really.
No, you got to drop Moss. He's definitely on the must-drop list.
No, I did. I did. You know what else is another thing I thought on the must-drop list, speaking of that, Derrick Henry's been ruled out till week 18, even past week 18. So if you were holding on to him, hoping to get a late, Super Bowl performance out of him, he's out till the playoffs.
Yeah.
So go ahead and cut him and pick up Rashad Penny if he's available, which he shouldn't be, but.
Yeah, so for running backs, Penny is definitely right at the top of my list. He had a killer game. Devontae Booker's available in a lot of leagues.
Royce Freeman had a good game on Houston, even though Houston doesn't have much going for him, but he should have about 6 or 8 this week, I bet.
Yeah. I don't trust any running back.
I don't trust Houston
in that Houston deal. Yeah. I mean, I put some stock into David Johnson, and you just drop him. I mean, even Boston Scott's a better pickup. Devontae Booker's a better pickup. I mean, Rashad Penny's a better pickup there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of wide receivers, but some of the guys that I like right now on the way. Oh, by the way, Taysom Hill. Go back to the quarterbacks real quick. Taysom Hill still available in half of the leagues.
He's gonna score. He's gonna run the ball. He's got to be able to pass a little. I mean.
He's not a good regular quarterback, but he is an excellent fantasy quarterback. I mean, he can get you 100 yards and a score. I mean, that's a hell of a running back. You know what I mean? Just as a running back, he'll get you running back. Low RB1 results as a QB. So I mean, that's certainly good for you if you can get him. And then as far as wide receivers, KJ Osborne went bananas on that Thursday night game in Minnesota. Yeah. Adam Thielen got hurt.
Thielen's hurt, yeah. Thielen's listed as out, so
yeah, I mean,
that is a good pickup.
If you can get KJ, get him. I do like Jamison Crowder still. That wide receiver core, because Elijah Moore is
What team's out. Crowder
on? He plays for the Jets, but Elijah Moore, their rookie sensation,
has
been really hot.
Hurt.
Yeah, and so I think Jamison Crowder is going to get a bunch of pickup there because Corey Davis is hurt and Elijah. I mean, so. Target's got to go somewhere. So I like Jamison Crowder. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he played against the Broncos last week, had a few good plays. But the week before he was really hot, but that Denver defense kind of stifled him a bit. Rashad Bateman is still available in a ton of leagues, and he's had at least 6 targets in every game since he came back from his original injury. And they have the Packers, they have the Bengals, and the Rams, and all 3 of those secondaries are real banged up right now. So, if you need a wideout, Rashad Bateman's there for you.
I like Josh Reynolds a little bit on Detroit. Yeah. Goff's got to throw to someone other than that tight end. So
he had
some really big plays.
Hawkinson was hurt, right?
Yeah,
or Hawkinson was out with COVID, but I think he'll be back.
He and the rest of the league are catching COVID this week. I wrote down, this is on Yahoo, 37 positive cases in the league, and everyone's getting sick. Cleveland and the Rams are pretty infested with the virus.
It's so bad.
This alleged virus.
This vaccine isn't working.
No, it's life finds a way, man.
People are surviving it with the vaccine. Hey, my favorite Biden moment, by the way, let's get political on this podcast, was when he told everyone in the Gulf states they needed to get vaccinated because the worst thing that can happen to you in a hurricane is to get the virus.
Yeah, those poor people in Kentucky, the tornadoes, if they would have Just been vaccinated.
Oh my goodness!
No, seriously, guys. This time of year, donate. Look up Red Cross. That Kentucky tornado looked awful.
It was super bad. It was super bad. Tight end wise, you said you liked Rudolph, right?
I don't know. The Cowboys always give up points. I mean, we gave up
tight ends.
24 to Heineke. People are putting up numbers on us.
I just don't trust anybody they have throwing the ball right now in New York.
No, the Giants suck. Yeah. But tight ends are a comfort blanket or a.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, he can make a little noise.
You don't want to judge future results on past production though, because he did have 6 points, so he'll probably have 1 or 2 this week. So don't trust me.
Gerald Everett for the Rams is available all over the place, so he's been making some noise. I still like Tyler Conklin. We talked about him last week in Minnesota, and Austin Hooper scored a touchdown last week. But one of the reasons why is Cleveland really likes their tight ends, but they've got 3 tight ends that they play, and those other 2 guys were out, and so if Hooper plays,
I saw Joku has COVID.
Yeah, so I like Hooper a lot if the other guys are out. I don't really like him otherwise, so maybe that's like a late week addition if you really need a tight end on that. But let's talk some football. Did you happen to watch the game last night, the Cardinals and Rams game at all? Did you see
Cardinals
any of that?
Rams?
Did you see that at all?
I saw some highlights.
Listen, it was a great game. In fact, a little nephew of mine was there at the game. He got OBJ's gloves handed to him. I sent you that.
Was that you? Was that really him?
Yeah, it was my little nephew.
I didn't know. I thought you just shared that video. I didn't know
that was a little nephew of mine. Awesome, man. Like, it was so cool to see that. That was really cool. But
my buddy Ray and his wife, the Hardys, Quincy and Ray Hardy went to that game. They've been to 2 now, and they lost both. I told them they're bad luck.
Well,
but the Rams are tough, man.
Yeah, let me go through the stats real quick from the game, and then we'll talk about a couple things real quick. So Stafford, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp,
like he always does.
Yeah, 13 for 123 and a touchdown. OBJ, 6 catches for 77 and a touchdown. Kyler Murray threw for almost 400 yards. He threw for 383, but no touchdowns.
That run.
And 2 interceptions.
No passing touchdowns?
Nope, no passing touchdowns. 2 interceptions he threw. He was off base a lot last night. He was lucky it wasn't 3 or 4 interceptions. And then he did rush 7 times for 61 yards.
Dude, I saw one of his highlight runs. It was really, really nice.
Did
he have a rushing touchdown, though? Didn't he?
I don't think so.
Or no.
James Conner
has all the touchdowns.
For 13 carries for 31 yards. So that's not a very good average, but scored 2 touchdowns. So he was sort of their goal line guy. He had 9.
He's 16 on the year, right? I think he has.
So.
He's leading. So. He's crazy, going crazy. The Terminator.
But not only did he have the 2 touchdowns on the ground, he had 9 catches for 94 yards. So I traded James Conner for Matt Stafford. The reason why is that my quarterback situation was bleak. I was streaming someone every week, and I traded a guy, and I had some help. I mean, I've got like Melvin Gordon, and I've got Kareem Hunt and Chuba Hubbard and some other guys.
Yeah, I picked up Hubbard.
But I was like, man, I've got to get a QB, and this guy needed some running back help, and I figured I wanted to get like a top 6-7 quarterback. So anyway, I traded for Stafford, and man, Connor, I'd almost be better off streaming quarterbacks and still having Connor. He's been awesome. AJ Green, 9 catches, 94 yards. He almost gets 100 yards through the air. AJ Green was huge. 7 catches, 102 yards. He looked the great.
Old AJ Green.
He looked awesome last night. And for whatever reason, dude, I cannot figure this out. DeAndre Hopkins, 5 catches, 54 yards. They did target him a lot. They had him bracketed pretty good. But, man, D-Hop, this has got to be the worst year.
His worst year. Ever. His worst season of his career so far.
But I wanted to talk about Cooper Kupp real quick, Dub.
He went to my brother's college, Eastern Washington.
Dude, this dude might go down as the greatest white wide receiver
Wow.
of all time.
That's
it's hard to
rarefied air.
It's hard to. I mean, like the only guys like Steve Largent is the only guy, like at least from my, like you have to go back into like the '60s where like everybody was
good
white.
Old days.
You know what I mean? Like '50s and '60s. Not for football. It wasn't.
No, Don
terrible.
Beebe. I mean, he made 4 Super Bowls. You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you have to go, but like Don Beebe couldn't sniff a jockstrap in the NFL today.
No.
You know, I mean.
Well, how dare you?
Well, I mean, it is true. I mean, like.
He's
like
pretty quick.
People crap all over Bob Cousy, you know, like and how terrible. But like, dude, look, who knows, man? But like, who knows how some of these guys would fare? But if they would have grown up in this generation, I mean, they were gifted athletes for their day. But
there's so much more training and.
Oh yeah, no, that's 100% true. And they were
more passing than ever.
They were smoking at halftime.
Yeah, or building sky rises 6 days out of the week. Like the Steelers Union team.
For real, right?
Yeah, we're smelting ore and then playing football with no face mask.
Cooper Kupp caught a pass in the flat and hurdled this dude but it wasn't like a regular gonna hurdle you kind of guy. It was more like a
white
street
hurdle
dancing leg kick over. I mean, it was crazy, man. Like this dude was like. It was incredible how he got up over this guy just to gain a couple extra yards. I mean, this guy is really
he's electric to
really gifted. In fact, he's leading the league in catches, receptions, and receiving touchdowns, which hasn't been done in like ages. And I can't think of who was the last guy that did it. Maybe Randy Moss.
Yeah, maybe Megatron. He's Megatron reincarnated, man. Stafford
he's tiny,
makes people.
Yeah, well.
No, I know. Just Stafford having a number 1 target. He knows how to.
He's feeding dudes the rock. This guy, yeah. So I mean, but I will say this: the Cardinals lost that game, but because of the turnover situation, they shouldn't have lost. Lost that
they could have won.
Yeah,
Cardinals are still a tough team.
Statistically, they were better than the Rams were, but man, you know what else? But OBJ. He looked mighty fine.
It's not his fault in Cleveland, I don't think.
He looked mighty fine last night, man. He really did. Moving on, so I'll go through the stats on this next game here real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Green Bay 45, Chicago 30. Justin Fields, who is on my quarterback list, threw for 224, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also rushed 9 times for 74 yards. Montgomery, only 10 carries in this game. 10 carries. They hardly ran the ball at all outside of Justin Fields scrambling. And then my boy, Allen Robinson. If you have not dropped this guy, you need to do it immediately. 2 catches, 14 yards. I drafted him in the 3rd round in 2 leagues. Actually, 3rd and 4th round in 2 leagues. And it was an absolute waste. I mean, like Cooper Kupp was available, if that tells you anything. Oh, my gosh. So
Yahoo was saying Mooney's worth dropping too. His numbers have slumped.
Well, the thing about Mooney is that I think he's going to be one of those guys that's going to score you 15, 16, 17, 20 points one game and then like 4 the next. So he's hot and cold. You got to really watch your matchups there. But dude, my boy Aaron Rodgers, 341 yards, 4 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, 15 carries, 71 yards. You know, what do they call him again?
Quads. He's got them quads.
Legatron or whatever.
Megatron.
Seriously, right?
Yeah, man. Did you see the Aaron Rodgers in the crowd? There's a guy who looks just like Aaron Rodgers, with a little, his eyes were a little sadder.
Did you see the Bill Burr guy? Did you see the Bill Burr one, the kicker?
Yeah, there's some doppelgangers out there, man.
I'm glad like Bill Burr. It was so funny,
one of a kind.
Holy
it's eerie.
Yeah, so Jones only rushed 5 times for 35 yards for the Packers. What sucked though, A.J. Dillon was putting in all this hard work and churning out all these yards and getting first downs for him, and then they would hand the ball off to Jones at the goal line so he could get his little.
Yeah.
So I mean, he scores 2 touchdowns. He rushes for 1 and he catches 1. And I'm like, man, poor freaking Dillon. Like, this guy's putting in all this hard work, and they hand it off. Broncos actually did a little bit with Javonte, and so like Melvin Gordon was kind of running really well, and then like they would throw Javonte in, and Javonte would score, and then Javonte would be running well, and then they throw in Melvin Gordon, and it's kind of like all year long they've been like, okay, well this is Melvin's drive, or this is and so
keep
doing
it fresh.
the same thing, and so this is going to be the drive for Dillon, this is going to be the drive for Jones, but they've been, I don't know if it's just late in the season or what the deal is there, but Davonte
They're probably
Adams,
getting
man,
ready for the playoffs.
Could be, yeah.
You got to share carries.
Yeah. Dude, Davonte Adams, 10 catches, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. This dude.
Yeah, he's a first-round pick every year. He's the best receiver in football, as long as Rodgers is there.
He had a catch at like the 5-yard line. It was like maybe a 20-yard shot down the field. He caught it at the 5, shook a guy off, and just juked some guy. I mean, there was 3 defenders there to stop him, and he just juked one guy, left the other guy. Yeah, I mean, it was just a thing of beauty. I was like, oh my gosh, this dude is so good. But they had him, like, I don't think he had a catch at all in the first quarter. They were like doing everything they could to stop him and slow him down. And it's like they just kept going to him and kept going to him and kept going to him. But here's the thing about, did you see any highlights of this game?
Yeah. No, I watched
Chicago scores 30 points. They got 2 special teams touchdowns, and they almost got 2 more special teams touchdowns. Green Bay's special teams were terrible, absolutely terrible.
Yeah, you got to cover.
Yeah, so 2 touchdowns. So one of them was a penalty that called back the kick return on one, and then the other one was they did an onside kick, and it hit a Packers guy that was like not right on that original line. He was like, for some reason, a little back, and he jumps up to catch it and like just sort of tips it a little bit, and the guy from Chicago grabs it out of the air and sprints it in the end zone. But I guess you can't advance.
You can't advance it. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a rule.
They need to change rules like that.
Stupid rule, right?
Football has too many stoppages anyway. So anything that would, like, the future of football should have more laterals, should have more double passes.
Yeah.
Be more like soccer with less stoppages.
Oh yeah.
Especially those televised games. I've attended games, and you just see like that countdown clock for the commercials, and you're just waiting around. And the Super Bowl is even worse.
Oh, dude.
I mean, just all the downtime, and then that's what makes it so awesome, is just that elite sprinter speed and that timing and all 11 cogs of the clock working at once. I mean, football's great, but
there is a ton of stuff.
There's got to be. Yeah. I like that they're going for it on 4th more. I like that they're onside kicking it more. They need more. They can't just be a passing league. 400 yards every game and penalties. I mean, that's what the football could turn into if they don't innovate a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of stuff like that. Like one of the things I hate about watching college football is that if a guy falls down catching a ball, he's down.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like, get up and run.
Yeah, let him get up and run.
Yeah, it's so dumb. I mean, not that there's not enough scoring or something like that in college, but they get a lot more clock stoppages, in college too, so they get a lot more possessions, whatever. But anyways, I am a little worried about Green Bay's special teams, though, after that game, man. It was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. I mean, Aaron Rodgers can be out there throwing 4 touchdowns and lose a football game because special teams are
especially if you have
terrible.
A pick or a fumble.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a big part of football, man. It's
the turnover
the most
battle
exciting plays.
Is like, yep.
Plus, I don't know, Chicago has that like pedigree of special teams amazingness.
Yeah,
the spirit of Devin Hester is still in.
There it is. Exactly right, man. Devin Hester was incredible, man. That's right. God, he was so good. Bro, this Buccaneers-Bills game, the Bucs won 33-27. Josh Allen throws for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception, but he rushes for 109 yards on 12 carries with a touchdown. And basically nobody else on the Bills did a whole lot of anything. Yeah.
My brother has Josh Allen had a big week and knocked the guy that was in second out of my spot, which I gladly took after he lost. It was awesome.
So Ethan, you said didn't make the playoffs?
Ethan did not, but he made a big win
But Smoley's in. Hey, Smoley.
for me. Hi, Tim Smoley.
He's the one guy watching this right now. What's up, Smoley? And Ethan.
Hey, P.S. for our hundreds of users, Tim Smoley's stepdaughter has a TikTok with 6 million views. Shout out to Kyla Scher and her adorable baby down there in the
serious?
south. Yeah, it was crazy. I know famous people. It's no big deal.
Holy cow, that's nuts, man. That's nuts. Dude, freaking Tom Brady, 363 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fournette, 19 carries, 113 and a touchdown. Something has happened to Leonard Fournette within the last 3 or 4 games, man. Like,
It's
I avoided
the Tom
him.
Brady TB12 system.
What is it, man?
It's vampire blood, virgin sacrifices. Robert Kraft gets some hydrochloroquine and platelet-rich blood transfusions. And
right?
There's something, dude. There's something to never eating bread. Tom Brady's so full of shit. He's on Subway commercials.
Never eating bread.
That dude does not eat a foot of bread ever. He's never had a $5 foot long. I'm so sick of Tom Brady. I can't tell you. I'm going to tell my grandkids that, 20 out of my 30, we'll say 30 years. I'm 30. 20 out of my 30 years, the dude just won just every Super Bowl he could. It's bullshit. But yeah, he looks good, man. Gronk is the best tight end maybe ever. I mean, can you?
Yeah.
Injuries aside and meathead WrestleMania appearances aside, I mean, him and Gates and Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Not Gates, that's biased.
Shannon Sharp's up there too in my book. But.
Yeah, no, Sharp. But, dude, when you're half horse, Shannon Sharp, it helps. It helps when you're
on the Broncos
like
too,
Seabiscuit.
Dude, Godwin and Evans look really good. Godwin, 10 catches, 105 yards. Evans, 6 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown. So here's the deal about these old SOBs. There's a guy in my league at work.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't know how to play fantasy football. He doesn't follow any of the new trends. But he went out and drafted Brady, Godwin, Evans, and Fournette. He's got them all.
Yeah, I know some Bucs fans. They're annoying.
And, it drives me absolutely crazy because, when they go off, he scores 200 points in our league. Just 200 points. I mean, it's just – so, but I keep telling him, I'm like, man, they're going to miss one game and you're just out. You're going to score 60 points and out. But he made the playoffs.
That's a fun – speaking of scoring 200 points in a week, we have a little side pot in our fantasy football league where the highest – if you score the highest single week, there's a little side money.
Yeah. The league
it's fun.
My big buy-in league in my Toyota store back home in Denver, they have weekly payouts for the first 6 weeks are at the positions.
For Weekums.
Yeah. So the first 6 weeks are quarterback week 1, running back week 2, wide receiver week 3, tight end, defense, kicker. So
just whoever had the best player.
Yeah, and then they do. Yeah, and then they do. What is it and then they just do the rest of the weeks just highest score overall. $50 payouts. On weekly. So it's pretty fun that way. I do enjoy that. It's really fun. So let's get through some of these other games here real quick. Dub. San Francisco beat Cincinnati. Oh, by the way, real quick before I go on to that next game, we talked about the Bills a little bit last week and how they're so one-dimensional with their, with their passing.
Yeah,
they're in deep trouble, man.
Yeah, no, they're probably out of the playoffs for sure. They need to get some toughness, I think, next year. I don't know if you deal Singletary.
Their defense was so incredible too the first 6 or 8 weeks. And, they're not awful, but I've got them as my fantasy defense, and I'm just like, dude, do I drop them? They just have not been.
Hey, Miami defense this week's supposed to be a real good matchup.
Yeah, I went and picked them up in one of my other leagues. I was able to pick those guys up, so we'll see what happens there with that deal. Anyway, so San Francisco 26, Cincinnati 23. Garoppolo.
Yeah, Jimmy G's out there, man. Yeah. Back to pickups.
So Garoppolo 296, 2 touchdowns. Debo only 1 catch for 22 yards, but he rushed 8 times for 37 yards and a touchdown. So he didn't have a huge game, but he
Yeah,
still got his TD. But it was
touchdowns are huge.
George freaking Kittle, man. 13 catches, 151 yards, touchdown. He's my favorite tight end. He's my
Yeah,
favorite. He's my favorite
yeah.
tight end. He's my favorite tight end.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
glad I picked him up. He's one of those players where you get a strength advantage at the position
right.
if you have like roster, stipulations or regulations. So it's worth it to reach on a tight end, I think, if it's his caliber.
Dude.
He's probably one of the only ones, though.
Well, I didn't want to take any tight ends right away because I really put a bunch of stock into Kyle Pitts, which turns out.
He's panned out, but he's disappeared a little bit.
I was hoping for some huge games from him, but he's been pretty solid. I mean, but I don't think he's cracked the top 10 tight ends the last few weeks, which is a real pain in the ass. But anyways, but Joe Burrow threw for 348 yards.
What an exciting team!
Well, but here's the thing, dude. They're in deep trouble. They lost another one. Mixon, 18 for 58, no touchdowns. T. Higgins, 5 for 114. Jamar Chase finally shows up. He's had a couple of rough weeks. He had 5 catches, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 electric touchdowns. In fact, he had a third touchdown that got, I mean, it was like
called back. Yeah, I saw that one.
Close. But I mean, this dude is incredible, Jamar Chase. I mean, I love it. So I've got him and Justin Jefferson as my wide receivers going into my big league, but my running back situation is pretty poor. But man, I mean, I'm absolutely in love with my wide receivers there. But let's talk about this Cowboys game real quick, man. By the way, I think Kittle, you have him, right?
I do have Kittle, yeah.
If he keeps,
I also have Amari Cooper.
Well, see, and Coop's had a rough game. So I was just going to talk about the Dallas game here for one set. So I'll go through.
Yeah, Dak's been humbled, I think, a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I'll go through the stats in this game real quick, and we'll talk about it. But before we do, I just, if Kittle can maintain 85% of what he's been doing the last few weeks, he's going to win you a Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, I hope. Don't jinx me.
No, I'm telling you, like these, when you can get real scoring from a tight end position, especially in the playoffs, like if you can get a big
it's
defensive
huge.
game or a big kicker game or a big tight end game or whatever, because you expect.
Yeah, it makes the difference. You got your
huge.
Playmakers will do it, but yeah, your running backs and receivers, you expect it.
Oh, it's like found gold, man.
Yeah, it's like people that used to draft the Ravens defense, 10 years ago, they'd be drafted real early, and it paid off some weeks, when they score you 24 or 30, get a bunch of sacks and picks. It's fun.
What did you think about the Cowboys this week?
Well, I did go to 2 hours of church. I'm in a cult, the Mormons. Have you heard of us?
Oh no, they're great. They're great.
We don't call ourselves that anymore. We're a Latter-day Saint Christian church. So yeah, I missed a lot of the Cowboys game because I'm a faithful husband and I love to support my wife.
That's hey, right.
Hope she's listening. Hi, babe. She's not listening. She is not listening. But thanks to everyone who does. We sure like having fun and talking about sports. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, go Cowboys. It's our fucking year. Pardon my language, Mom and Dad. We're going to fucking win the Super Bowl. I don't care if Dak only has 180 yards passing and has, that fourth quarter pick. When we're up
so bad.
When we're up 8 or 7 or whatever it was.
It couldn't have been worse.
No, he just didn't see him. Just underneath middle linebacker size.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, worst case scenario. Like you have Zeke and Pollard just playing awesome. Just don't throw a freaking interception. Yeah, Dakota Rain needs to do a rain dance. Get some.
Where is the Dallas offense though, man? They have been silent. Where's it been, man?
Silent but deadly.
Where's it been?
We're waiting. We're saving it, man. We're saving it for the playoffs. We're getting healthy.
You won that game because of one reason, and that's Micah Parsons. You won because of Micah Parsons. That's how big of a difference maker that guy is.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, if he keeps it up, should be Defensive Player of the Year. I hope.
He'll definitely be Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's no question. But he can absolutely win Defensive Player of the Year if he keeps up what he's been doing the last few games. Holy cow!
Yeah, I bet
What
he's
pick was
selling a
he
lot of
again? Like the
jerseys.
11th pick or something?
Don't ask me, man. My brain doesn't work like that.
Oh my gosh, bro.
He was a first rounder though, right?
Yeah, yeah, unbelievable. But yeah, dude, Dak 211 yards, man. And I mean, it'd be one thing if he threw 211 yards and Zeke went for 140, and
Yeah, and
the
they
other
had
guys, or whatever. But that's not what happened, man. Zeke went for 45 yards and no touchdowns. 45 yards on 12 carries.
dead. Not enough. He's a volume runner, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
those days of, I mean, the big 70-yard plays from Ezekiel Elliott are good memories, but I haven't seen one in a while.
dude.
Our best, longest plays have been Pollard and CeeDee
Yeah.
Lamb.
Well, CeeDee Lamb looks good. He had 7 catches, 61 yards. But Amari Cooper, 5 catches, dude. In fact, Amari looked really big out there. Like he looked like a giant. I don't know if he was just being guarded by small players, whatever, but he looked like a giant out there. And he scored a touchdown, 51 yards catching. But he, in particular, he made some really big, like third down conversion catches and just, real good possession receiver stuff. He looked really good, man. He looked really, really good. But Gallup, I mean, ever since Gallup came back, Amari sort of disappeared.
Yeah. There's just not enough touches, man.
Yeah.
That's the problem with having 3 like awesome receivers and a pretty decent tight end and 2 running backs.
Right.
It gets spread thin.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Like too little butter over toast, Sam. Yeah, I don't know. I think hopefully Heineke's not hurt.
Good one.
Washington's a fun team.
Yeah.
Uh,
Heineke's knee got blown up pretty good. I don't think he's going to play. I think Washington's out, which makes me sad because I really liked watching Washington play these last few games. They're a tough group, but I think the injuries finally caught up to them. I mean, Heineke looked absolutely awful in the first half, but he was literally running for his life. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if Dallas's front line is just that good.
They are, man. Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence being back was huge.
Yeah.
And
dude,
we're a good team. We're dangerous team. Defense wins championships. Run the ball. Cowboys.
Yeah, look, man. I mean, I'll say this much. I mean, I think you're going to have trouble getting through the Bucs. I think they're going to be tough. I think Green Bay is going to be a tough out there.
Let's talk about Tom Brady 1 second.
Yeah.
There's a thing he does that I cannot stand.
What's that?
He intentionally throws. He'll see like press coverage. It's usually on the left. He did it to the Honey Badger in the Super Bowl. He throws directly at his receiver when there's tight man coverage, and he intentionally gets like a 40-yard pass interference play. And it's like a heady veteran play that Brady does, but it's just manipulating the refs, and I can't stand it. He does it at least once a game on purpose, and it's annoying.
It's the James Harden up and under move
Yeah, it's like
he's
NFL. Drawn a fly. Yeah, it's just let me just chuck it up to the most covered guy, and the defender won't see the ball coming because he's like, oh, I'm covering this guy perfectly. And then it's pass interference, first down. Anyway, that's a little Brady rant. I can't stand him.
What do you want, man?
I want him to retire.
No,
I want him to be done.
Well, we're all done. But here's the big problem, right? Like if you go through the list of all the quarterbacks in the entire NFL, and you start there is literally such a small group of elite quarterbacks in the NFL. It's a short list. And a lot of the guys, I don't know who's a good,
Russell Wilson.
No, he's definitely an elite.
You think he is, but look how bad Seattle sucks this year. And that's mostly their defense. But you think if Russell Wilson's elite and you have DK Metcalf, then how come DK Metcalf isn't doing what Cooper Kupp's doing?
Well, Russell's running for his life out there too. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the pass protection for Dak was really, really, really good. And for as good of the pass protection it was, Dak just didn't look that great.
No. Yeah, he's looking.
I don't know what's going on. Something's in the water, man. I can't understand it because it seemed like what was it, like 3 or 4 games ago? He's back. He's not hurt anymore. He's playing good. and then all of a sudden, like last couple of games, just kind of floppers again.
Yeah, he's not quite the Matt Stafford 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, automatic every single week type of player. And he's not the fastest mobile quarterback, but I don't know. I think we'll be fine. But yeah, if we're gonna beat these teams that you mentioned, and especially, I mean, it's like 4 wins. You got to have 4 playoff wins to get a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Dak's got to play better. He's got to play better, and Zeke's got to play better. But if they do, we're winning it. Stamp it.
Boy, I tell you, it's rough. I was looking earlier. I was looking at the standings. Where are we at here? Oh, shoot. It was in the NFC. So you got Green Bay at 10-3, Tampa at 10-3, the Cardinals at 10-3, and the Cowboys and the Rams at 9-4.
Yeah, that's your teams.
Yeah, I mean, and then as far as strength of schedule, I mean, the Cowboys have played the toughest schedule out of everybody too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's saying something.
And the refs are the most critical, and they get the most spotlight, and it's hard being a Cowboy,
Yeah.
Bred in the range, roping cows. It's like living an episode of Yellowstone every damn week when we play football.
Have you watched that show at all?
I've watched half of it.
Have you really?
Kevin Costner's consistent and good. I mean, he plays the same 2 characters.
I liked the first episode, but I don't know if enough to.
It's spaghetti western-y /
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not good enough to get the Paramount Network or any streaming service, but.
Well, I need to join you and start playing some Halo instead of dinking around on my phone.
Yeah, dude. Just be careful when it comes out the week of your football watching, because I didn't watch much football this week. Halo is fun. Any Xbox video game, I figure, I've said it to my wife and others, it's like the modern day Moose Lodge. It's the modern day bowling league.
Yeah.
It's a chance for guys to get on and bangerang and bust balls and teabag and shoot each other and get some aggression out.
No, it's fun. It's so fun.
Shout out to Orange Soda and Slap a Fish. They've been my buddies in Boise and down in Salt Lake, my 2 Sanderson friends.
Yeah.
Halo's the best. I've been playing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
I didn't own an original Xbox. I had a PlayStation, but I bought a 360 and just to play Halo 3. Played a lot of Halo 2. Or I bought an Xbox One. I mean, I have not bought the new $700 one because you can't find them. But
well, if it was available right now, would you buy it?
Yeah, I think they're only $499.
Would you go and buy it right now if it was
black
available?
Mini fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I'd have to get like a 4K monitor or a TV.
Not necessarily.
Just to make it. Well, I mean, wouldn't it to make it worth it? Right. The extra better than 1080.
Yeah. I'd run 1440 personally. I think I have a 4K monitor, but that 1440, if you can run it at like 120 hertz, is better than, in my opinion, 4K at 60. But anyways, that's technical. Sorry, guys, wrong podcast.
Well, Halo takes over, man. They said, I mean, it shuts. It's kind of a big deal. Like you maybe have heard of me. It's a video game called Halo, but especially this one's free. Yeah. Like the multiplayer is free.
It's really cool.
It has been really cool. I'm glad to not. What sucks is then they fleece you on like bullshit microtransactions.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
Dude, you can't even like customize your armor color.
Pay
you
to
have
play
to pay.
kind of a thing.
Yeah, you'll see people looking like Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Bugattis out there with their fancy shiny armor that I know they paid like $10 or $20 for, and it makes me think they're douchebags. But that's just me being
but that's the
curmudgeon and a humbug.
That's the future of the metaverse, right? Like these freaking NFTs and these guys paying money just so they can like have a life online.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, have you seen the money that people are paying for land in the like digital land in the metaverse? Have you heard about this?
No, that's so stupid. I've heard the
real money
talked about Half-Life,
hundreds of thousands of dollars, like literally hundreds of thousands of dollars for some acreage.
Fake acreage or like blockchain acreage?
Fakerage.
They
Bro,
call it fakerage. God damn.
that's what we're calling it. Dude, it's the
Trademark. You heard us.
trademark fakerage. Bro, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so this is stupid, but on Instagram, I tried to make an NFT with just when you click on someone's page, you can see how many followers they have, how many posts they have, and how many people they follow.
Okay.
And I was just like a number game. I had like 187 and 420 and 69 just to be stupid. The funny numbers. And then so I screenshot it and I was like, okay, I have an NFT, I think. How do I sell this? And no one bought it.
No.
Like, no one has come up with me to give me any Bitcoin or Ethereum or.
Bro, it's only 69 ETH, bro. It's only 69 ETH for this thing, bro.
Yeah. No, I saw a clip of Joe Rogan. Some guy he just like opens a box and there it is, like a digital gift. I don't like it. I don't like the metaverse. I've read Ready Player One. I know how this ends. It's not good. Kids, seriously. Once you listen to our podcast and after you share it with all your friends and then share it on your Instagram and like and follow, put your computers away, get outside, make a snowman, make a snow angel, get the hell off of the internet.
Well,
other than this podcast.
That's right. Well, dude, it's so sad that so many people are living their lives like digitally that they won't be living them in the real life. And of course, the bah humbug in us old guys starts coming out big time. You know, I mean, my parents look at me like, you're doing a podcast. Why would you do that? You know?
In my day, we talked to
my day
in a string.
That's right. And
we had one listener.
And we
liked 100 followers, and we loved it. Yeah. Hey, P.S. here. There's my dog.
Insta dog.
Hi, Jude.
What's up, Jude?
Screenshot that. I'll buy that NFT back from you.
That's right. That's right. All right, Big Dub. Well, we're gonna wrap it up for the week, man. But dude, good luck, man. Wish me luck. I gotta win 2 games. So
yeah, I have a bye week.
Next week
good
when
luck,
we talk,
everyone.
I could be
Make those smart pickups. Listen to us. We know. We're here for you.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna sign out, but it's been fun, man.
Yeah,
good luck to everybody out there.
Free money Fridays with Derek Hayes. We'll try to get him back.
That's right, man. All right. Well, cool. Peace out. Later, boys.
See you guys.